The loan process. To some people, the loan process can seem like a big black hole. Hopefully, this step-by-step video can be your flashlight to exactly what goes on when you apply for a mortgage loan.
Step 1, the interview. The very first step in any loan process is an interview or question and answer session with your loan officer. Your loan officer will ask you some basic questions to find out what your needs are. The mortgage can either be used to purchase a home or to refinance the existing loan that you have on the house. Your loan officer will ask you questions depending on which loan you are applying for. These questions are to gather the information so that we can guide you towards the best mortgage program for your situation and to qualify you for that loan. These questions will include questions about your job, your income, your debts, your assets, primarily banking and investment accounts. Usually, a credit report is also obtained at this time to see what your credit score is. This question and answer period is probably the most crucial step in the entire process. It is so that your loan officer can fully understand your situation so that we're able to design the best possible program for you.
Step 2, loan programs. Once we have your credit scores and have a good, solid understanding of your income, assets, and most importantly, your needs, then it's our job to find you the best program. Rates and terms designed specifically for your situation. We have a number of direct lenders at our disposal to get you the perfect program that's just right for you.
Step 3, preparing the application documents. Once we have discussed your loan options and decided on the program that best suits your needs, we then fill out the application paperwork and prepare it for submission to the underwriter. We will provide you with a checklist of things that we will need you to gather together so that we have a complete package to submit to the underwriter. These items include things like current pay stubs, income tax papers, bank statements, down payment information, and landlord information. This is the support information that is required for the application.
Step 4, communication and pre-underwriting. Once the application forms and disclosures are signed by you and we have gathered all your initial support documentation, then we can begin the processing of your loan file and pre-underwrite the loan, preparing it for submission to the underwriter. Please note that time is of the essence. Once the application is in the works, we may call you for additional information or paperwork, and we ask that you please try to expedite it as quickly as possible. Delays in getting the necessary information to us will result in possible delays to your closing. Also, if there's anything on the checklist that you cannot obtain or have questions about, please talk to us so we can brainstorm an alternative documentation. Do not hold up the rest of your documentation if you're missing one item. As mentioned, these documents are time sensitive and need to be sent back as quickly as possible to keep the application moving forward.
Step 5, appraisal and inspections. Once we have pre-underwritten your file and all looks good from that perspective, and once you have approved your home inspections, we will order an appraisal for the property. The appraiser is an independent third party who is licensed to do this. All appraisals are paid for upfront at the door at the time of the inspection. In the case where you are purchasing the property, then the appraisers generally require a credit card number so that they can just charge it directly to you. The appraiser will contact you or your realtor to set up a convenient time to do the inspection. Appraisals can take anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks to complete, depending on the appraiser's current volume. Different parts of the country have different turn times.
Step 6, file submission. Once we receive the appraisal, we will forward the entire package to the lender's underwriting department. Once there, it waits its turn in line to be underwritten. The time frame for this can be as little as a day, sometimes up to 3 weeks during extremely busy times. The underwriting process itself takes only a couple of hours. However, it's the waiting our turn that can take some time. The underwriter's job is to carefully go over the entire package with a fine-tooth comb to determine if the file meets all lender requirements.
Step 7, the approval. Once the file comes out of underwriting and is approved, the underwriter faxes us a conditional approval. This is an approval subject to usually some minor things such as homeowner's insurance to be in their name, a clear title report, sometimes an additional pay stub is needed, or maybe an updated bank statement. We will call you at this point and go over the approval with you. Again, time is of the essence. These conditions that the underwriter is requiring are extremely important to get to us immediately so that the closing is not delayed.
Step 8, conditions and closing. We gather the final items requested on the conditional approval and send them into the underwriter for their final review. Usually they request 24 hours to review the conditions and will give us what is called a clear to close. Once the file has been cleared, it goes to the closing department to prepare the closing package. At this time, the title company will contact you to schedule a good time for all parties to close the loan.